Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review, going up what may be the last full ship line I review. And I say that because, as of right now in the game, the most recent update, by the way, Warrior's Path top tier in the Japanese Tier 3 tech tree battleship, Ishizuchi. It is the last battleship line I have to go up in the game. I've already gone up all the destroyer lines. I don't really like cruisers. Maybe I will go up some aircraft carrier lines. I have done some cruisers that were in early access, so maybe I'll think about it, but I'm not a very good cruiser player. I don't play them very much, so thus my hesitation. Anyway, we're here. We're top tier on Warrior's Path, zoomed in version, which is honestly just one of the stupider things wargaming has done. Hey, we're just going to zoom in on a map that we already made. Oh, okay. Yeah, dumb. All right. Ishizuchi was a draft design for the KONDO, I believe, with smaller main battery guns. And then after Great Britain showed them what they could do with the KONDO class, or with bigger guns, they altered the KONDO to have bigger guns, and that's why the Ishizuchi is a paper design that was never made. All right, so we're moving out. Something typical of Japanese battleships, they love these two-gun turrets or two rifle turrets. Unfortunately, that means you have 5 or 6 of them on a lot of the ships, and unfortunately that means the way they're designed, you have to show a full broadside to get a full salvo off. Honestly, the turrets have a bias towards the rear of the battleship, so oftentimes when I'm playing these, which is not very much, pardon the train whistle, that means it's quitting time. Oftentimes I kite away and then stop or back up or whatever, so I have at least the rear turrets on target. Here we're shooting at a Karlsruhe, and we do get 1 penetration. You know, I swear I thought the ship was supposed to be accurate. Japanese battleships are supposed to be snipers, I guess. We'll say I have mixed results as far as that goes. Another salvo out here on the Karlsruhe. And that one looked pretty good. All right, hit the Citadel, Dev Strike, kill number 1. I'm newly emboldened by my power. Really quickly, since there's no ship history to talk about, we'll talk about the damage record and the XP record on WoW's builds. Damage record, 135,720. Base XP record, 2792.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Shooting at the Wyoming there. 3 more pens. And I think why I'm so incompatible with the Japanese ships is that I don't like to hang back and snipe. I like to move forward and press the action. And that, combined with all of the turrets, means my usual tactics of bow tanking and angling really don't work with the offensive capabilities of the Japanese ships. Although I do have a fully maxed accuracy commander, so it's not a matter of not having the commanders ranked up. Most of my commanders, they are either fully ranked up or close to being fully ranked up. Here we're going to shoot at the Ishizuchi and test out the accuracy. Of course, those are totally going to whiff because he was starting to turn away. Real quickly, back to WoW's builds. Torpedo reduction, just 4%. Main battery accuracy, the Sigma, 2.0. The overmatch is 21 millimeters. The arming threshold, 51 millimeters for the armor-piercing shells of Ishizuchi. So this is a very accurate ship. If you wanted to run the survivability commander on here because of that Sigma value, I certainly could not blame you. I know it's a little late in the game, so I'm not going to bother doing it, but maybe I could have also thrown in dispersion numbers, which is a different stat altogether when it comes to accuracy. Shooting at the Ishizuchi over the island, and another whiff. So yeah, I've just determined that hanging back and sniping is not my cup of tea, and that's why my playstyle and these Japanese battleships don't really link up, which is why I don't play them very often. With exceptions, we'll talk about when we look at the stats. All right, trying to size up the Wyoming here. We're going to go for the front of the bow plating. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good. 3 pens. I think he took damage from a torpedo in there. Secondary guns kick on. He's starting to get a little bit of damage now. Ishizuchi, meanwhile, has no health left whatsoever. Another couple of secondary battery hits. The torpedoes are coming in. I'm presuming the Wyoming is dead. He is dead. That's okay. I don't need to kill everyone. So yeah, Sigma 2.0, if you wanted to run the survivability commander or the base commander on this ship, I really couldn't blame you. Here's an especially stupid move. We turned into some very late torpedoes and took about half of our damage off there after we heal. And quite frankly, I'm a dummy and should have kept turning. All right, we're going to keep turning now because here is the enemy aircraft carrier. I haven't been targeted very much by this guy, so really it's just more of a function of I had to hurt someone after being damaged. And the Langley took some hits there. More torpedoes coming in, and we take those on the nose with a little flooding damage there. Sorry, we shot down an airplane. Thought it was a secondary hit for a minute. Another salvo, full salvo going out here when we get the reload. Can we finish off the Langley? The answer is no, but we do get another Citadel hit. That was bad aim on my part. And now we're just waiting on the reload. I am in full reverse in order to try to get these shots out before he goes behind the island. And we're just piecemealing this salvo instead of waiting for it all to load up. Anyway, I think that's going to be enough. It is enough, barely. Bunch of overpens, but we did get our second kill. All right, there is a Barask out there. There's also a battleship off my port bow. I'm continuing to back and turn. I was thinking about shooting at the Barask, but more importantly, I think I'm going to just turn and go after this battleship here after I complete my backing maneuver. I am lining up all my guns. Maybe I can get a kill pinch. Still got 4 heals left, so I want to say I think I might be using the survivability commander. Look, I'm not totally dumb. And I think here we're going to go all ahead full, and I'm going to shoot at the Barask when I can see him, hoping to finish him off. We'll lead him a little bit because he's French. And we do indeed finish him off for our third kill. All right, Bellerophon's over here. We've got half of our health left. We've got 3 heals remaining, couple of secondary charges. So I'm really well positioned to fight the rest of these ships as long as I can do it one-on-one. Iwaki over there looks like he's going to be dead shortly. My turrets aren't anywhere near him. We do get a solo base cap. I am presuming that my teammate will finish off Iwaki. He does finish off Iwaki. All right, me versus the Bellerophon. Can we get our 4th kill here in Ishizuchi? He's given us the broadside. All right, we'll fire up a full salvo there. Why bother seeing the impact pattern? There's the high caliber metal. Couple of cap defended flags. I'm now starting to turn away from Bellerophon. It looks like he comically is also starting to turn away a little bit. Or he might run into the island, which would be perfect for me. I am just trying to increase the angle a little bit so he does not have a flat broadside to shoot at. Speaking of which, there is my flat broadside to shoot at. We mitigate most of his damage. Another couple of really solid hits there. 3 cap defended flags, 3 penetrations. And so now we're just waiting on a reload and hope that he won't get finished off by one of my very eager teammates. And it's always tough to aim at a ship that's backing away and turning at the same time. And so there we're going to just kind of guesstimate where we think he's going to end up at. And we do a bunch of overpens there. 1 pen, 3 overpens, 2 hit the armor belt. So he is still alive. And I think, unfortunately for me, someone else is going to get the kill here. Maybe. Again, really wonky angle to have to aim at. And, of course, why would I have others aiming in? Alright, but we did get the 4th kill, so I may not be copacetic with how to play these Japanese battleships, but I certainly can get 4 kills in a Tier 3 match when I'm top tier. Alright, here we are on the victory screen. High caliber metal, devastating strike metal, 82,583 total damage, 48 main battery hits, 4 kills, couple of Citadel hits, 7 cap defended flags, and a solo base cap. We ended up with 134,640 silver and 4161 ship XP and commander XP in the utterly fictional Ishizuchi. And there we are at the top of the board. 2 medals, 4 big kills, 1849 base XP, leading the way for our team in the victory. All right, let's go back into the port and take a look at the ship. All right, in terms of the upgrades, aiming system mod 1, and the ship is fully upgraded. Moving on to the loadout, 5 charges of the repair party, 3 charges of the enhanced secondary targeting. There is no other option here, so that's pretty much all you got. We were using the Imperial Japanese Navy camouflage and the 2-year strong flag for this video. 45,700 hit points and a 4% torpedo damage reduction for our build. 4%. Well, it's better than 0. 5 twin 305mm turrets, 14.3 kilometer firing range, 25-second reload, 30.5-second turn time. HE shells 5,200 max damage with a 32% fire chance. Armor-piercing shells 8,000 max damage. You have 16 individual 152mm secondaries. Firing range is 4.1 kilometers. Reload every 10 seconds. HE shells 2,500 max damage with a 9% fire chance. So that reload is just too long to do a true secondary build, in one man's humble opinion, for this ship. All right, AA defense. Well, you have some AA. No, it is not very impressive. Short range and low damage. All right, max speed, 27.5 knots, 740 meter turning circle, 11.6 second rudder shift time, so it's kind of battle cruisery. 11.1 concealment on the surface, 9.7 from the air, 9.8 when firing from a smokescreen. Taking a look at the stats. It's going to be embarrassing. All right, here's the stats. Max kills that last game, max damage, just under 100,000. Max XP is under 2,000. We do have a 52% win rate on the ship, but for all my talk about the Sigma, 28% main battery accuracy in 45 games. Not very impressive, to say the least. All right, here's the armor profile. Got like this dreadnought-y style armor. Really wacky looking citadel with a raised portion. Kind of a bevel to the edges, so maybe a quasi turtleback of sorts, but it's so lightly armored, I guess it doesn't look like it would matter. Putting the bow back on, 19mm bow. You do have an armor belt of 76mm running to the front of the ship, so that's pleasant. Putting the casemate on, you can see, like most ships of this era, the armor belt continues and gets thicker up to 203 in the middle of the ship, but again, you don't want to show your broadside because you're just going to get ripped up by anybody shooting at that. I would like to take that off and show the turrets and barbettes. Thank you. Down into the casemate, less heavily armored, but Japanese turrets, I think, are generally well designed. They have a sloped face, and the sides and the barbettes are a little bit more heavily armored. That being said, they're not fantastic. This auxiliary room armor It's just some stuff that catches on fire, and that is the armor profile of the Ishizuchi. Again, rear turret bias. Don't forget that. All right, here's our commander, fully maxed NOBUTAKE KONDO. Base trait increases the concealment. We've got Andrew Cunningham and Jerzy Swirsky as our inspirations. I probably should swap Cunningham out for Di Ravel or the other Italian commander at some point, but I'm too dumb to remember to do that. Also too dumb to take No Fly Zone off and Porcupine off, which didn't really have any effect on this gameplay, and that is what I recommend, Crisscross, and I probably would recommend the other one up front too. Anyway, running with scissors for this ship, so even though it's a brawler or a more archetype of the ship is more of an accuracy build, I ran it with a brawler config. Anyway, thanks for watching.